Hey guys, Mateo here. I'm the Guildmaster of Paths in Gaming, and today is a video on Black Desert Online. One of the questions I got, I was reading the comments in the comment section, and I got this on Twitch as well, is how's the new class doing, which is the Guardian. So I did level the Guardian when it first released here on the US servers a few weeks ago, and the Awakening just came out. I believe this is the second week, so we've had Awakening now for a week. To see how the class does in its entirety. I'm currently 58. I am at a farming area called Polly's Forest. I'm over here at Looney Cabin. This is a pretty good farming place. This is one of the best places in the game to farm skill points. So I'm here. I typically take all of my characters out here to Polly's to get skill points. So I try to get to maybe 1,300 skill points, enough to fill out the Awakening tree or Succession, depending on what I want to have. So as you can see here, I'm just kind of building up. Honestly, I can't grab the rest of these until I'm level 60. So that's why I don't have these yet. But the rest of these, I'm not really concerned about these ones because I don't use these two very often. But I just want to make sure I have enough skill points so when I actually start grinding on this character for real and I actually level it up past 60, that I have the skill points available to max everything that I want to use, whether that's PvE or PvP. So that's what typically I do. So it's out here in Camasilvia. It's one of the expansion areas. So let's go back to where you start the game and let's talk about that for a little bit. So you start out here in Velia, and then you go down here to kind of Heidel and the Glish in this area, and then you move all the way to Calpheon, and then by the time you're level 50, you end up in the Hexa Sanctuary, right here where the witch is. That's the witch's quest, where you'll end there, and then it takes you east to Valencia. I don't know why I keep clicking on those. So it takes you out here to Altanova, the Medea area, kind of desert area, and then it takes you out here into the desert, the actual desert, which is my least favorite part of the game. I know the game is called Black Desert, but I don't actually enjoy the desert. Like, the one place I don't enjoy. So I spent a little bit of time in Valencia. There are some high-end grind spots in Valencia. There's the what is this? The sulfur mine, Pilaku jails out here. Achman is out here, and you got to take a portal to get down underground to get to Achman, and history is out there as well. And then after that, you end up over here, and this area is called Camasilvia, and it's over here. So you'll go south from Hexa Sanctuary through here. The main story quest will take you through the guard post here, and that's where you'll start questing in this area, and you'll get this area unlocked. See, there's still some parts I haven't done yet, but you'll get this area unlocked when you start doing the Camasilvia quest chains, and then over here, just west of Grania, which is going to be your capital city here in this area, you'll be doing Polly's Forest. It's a pretty good area to be in. It's not the most money, but again, it's a very great source of skill points. So I recommend coming out here, and there are some natural transition points. If you wanted to party and do Griffins, if you want to, or you wanted to graduate to do Manshams, and but most people will group up once they get the AP to do so. They'll group up and they'll do Miramach Ruins up here. So it's adjacent to where you kind of want to be for especially for a class like this. I'm just going to go through some things that the Guardian does. So I was fortunate through the Christmas event for all the chests, all the boxes, the loot boxes that we got during Christmas event. So I was able to get a Zarka box, a Dandy box, a Cutum box, and so I went ahead and I took those up to try. And I'm kind of almost out of stones and whatnot. So I was lucky that these didn't take too many tries, didn't break me that hard. So I have try weapons, I have try accessories. These are borrowed from another character, and then I just have try Lemuria for my armor. So about 300 DP, 206 AP, 208 with the plus 20 hidden AP bracket. And so it's not bad, it's not good, but it's not bad. I'll probably tet everything because I really like this class just to get to about 230 get to 230ish, 240 AP, so I can move on to some harder grind spots and kind of take it from there. But I do want it to, what I point of the video is to show you guys just some things about the class, about the Awakening now that we have the Awakening out, and just to kind of, I should probably pull my pets out, huh? And then to show you guys how it goes, right? So in terms of like APM, like how how involved the class is, really easy. I put it up there with my my Mystic, right? So it's your grinding is only taking a couple of actions, couple key presses. It's nothing that serious. You can, just like the Mystic, you can basically just right click your way through hacks, right? So this is the same way. So I like to shift right click. That shift right click right there, it regenerates all of your stamina, so the yellow bar under you. Most of your abilities take that resource. Shift right clicking gives it all back to you. This last move there, that lava, it has super armor on it. Most of the moves that I use while I'm doing this has super armor on it. This one right here has super armor. Really short cooldowns. Most of these are 4 to 6 second cooldowns, right? And I know this isn't a good rotation. I'm just kind of showing you guys the abilities. I don't have any pots or buffs on or anything, so it doesn't really matter. So this one, super armor, again, huge AoEs. A shift F, this shift right click, and so the big AoE one, this is shift Q. And so everything just does, it's a lot of damage, it's huge AoEs. Even just basic attacks are just huge AoEs. And most things that you use are going to be protected. This short dash here is 4 second cooldown. It's an iframe. You have 2 major iframes in here. Well, actually 3. I guess you want to call it the pre-awakening, so you can right or left click right mouse button, and then that's also an iframe. So this move right here is an iframe, and then this is an iframe, and then your dash is an iframe too. So that's also an iframe. So you have 3 basic iframes. They have really short cooldowns. The dash kind of is 12 seconds. So it's an iframe class, has good iframes on it. You can always, if you're talking about, well, how good is it in PvP? Well, I should probably lock that. It's not gonna let me. Gotta kill these. Don't want to be rolling. That's one of the things I lock on almost all of my classes is evasion. You don't want to accidentally roll, right? Roll doesn't have the iframe that your class's evasion does. So I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to do this and this, but I don't want to roll on the ground. It's slow, and it doesn't have the invincibility frames. And what I mean by iframes is that I can't be damaged by an enemy while I'm in the animation of doing that. Right, so those are good things to have in PvP, good things to have to bail you out in PvE as well. So those are iframes. Like I said, this dash here, that's also an iframe. It does a lot of damage as well. If you go here to Awakening, take a look at it. It's 1200% times 5. So what is that? 6,000% on my gap closer. That in itself can KO somebody that's under soft cap DP. This is pretty much a lights out. It's pretty classic grab class. You're going to grab somebody. The grab is actually level 60. I don't have it yet. I have the pre-awakened grab, but I don't have the awakened grab that you get at level 60. So once I get that, it's basically just like any other class in PvP that's really good at 1v1ing, which is pick them up, grab them, and then combo them while they're on the ground and kill them. And so a lot of the deficiencies that were in the pre-awakening, which is slow, the class being slow, gaining this iframe here, this forward dash iframe, actually lets you cancel out of a lot of the long animations. So I'm going to wait for shift Q to come back up, and I'll show you the full animation. This is shift Q. So yeah, it's about 2-3 seconds just sitting there, and then I'll try it again. Once I get a little bit more stamina here, I'll try this again and just kind of show you this way. Oh, I can't have it dash be cool. I want to do it, so I can do this, and then I can immediately, you know, if I need to cancel out of that, I can immediately dash out of it. And that goes for anything. So if I don't want to go through the finishing animation of the ability, I can just dash out of it. So if you thought your Guardian was really slow to begin with, you know, maybe going 1 to 56 or while it was pre-awakened, that completely changes once you're awakened, just because you can iframe cancel out of a lot of the abilities. So, you know, if you remember Black Blood here, this one, yeah, I can even dash out of that, so I don't have to go through the full animation. So like for these in the pre-awakening, you have to kind of sit through them. But when in the awakening, because the awakening iframe lets you cancel out of things, you don't have to sit there and wait for the animation. So it feels a little bit faster, a little smoother. So see right there, as soon as the last mob is dead, I don't have to wait for the animation to finish. Same thing there. I don't have to wait for the animation to finish. I just dash away. And so yeah, it does increase the APM a little bit, but it's still a very relaxed class because it has tremendously high percents on everything. So you look at this, you know, 1,000 times 4, 4,000, 8,000%. You know, 900 times 14, so over 10,000% on this ability. So it's a lot of damage, man. It's a lot of damage, and it's very relaxed. You know, even here, I'm just sitting here at 200 AP, and you notice I'm leaving stuff on the ground. Now, my pets aren't that great. They're tier 3 pets. They're tier 3 pets, but they're all on aggressive, and you know, I'm running through polys. I'm not even running that effectively right now. You know, I'm not buffed up. I don't have I'm not using my alchemy stone. I'm not using Q or shift E buff. I'm not using Z buff or anything like that, and I'm still leaving loot on the ground, right? So this is it's really relaxed, really easy to get on things because of the dash there. I mean, you can do that. Just huge wide AoEs. Couple of things, most abilities have super armor on them. There's a couple that have forward guard as well. Your dash, this one has forward guard. This move as well, kind of like a charge up attack. That also has forward guard. 3 iframes, and then all of your abilities heal you. It's just built into this class. One of the passives you have, all your abilities heal you, and it's some big chunky heals. My fairy isn't on. Like I have miraculous cheer, but I don't even have a pot set in there. I would probably only use that for PvP. But for PvE, you typically heal for, you know, 150, 200 HP per swing, right? Per target hit. So just AoE in a pack, even if I'm low, AoE in a pack would heal me all the way to full. And so there's no need for potions on this class. It's smooth sailing. Just run up, hit your button, dash away, and then on to the next pack. And that's the way the class works in its entirety. How I would rate it against my main. So my main is a Mystic. In terms of high-end spots, I haven't built it up yet to get there, but just from the way that this plays, I'm going to assume that this class is pretty fantastic when it comes to high-end spots. One of the things it's not that great at is movement from pack to pack. So in places like this where it's just a bunch of trash mobs, they're not the best at this. You know, I can do this way faster on my Mystic. I can do it way faster on my Kuno, my Kenichi. But in terms of like killing elites, like I took this to Gahaz, the Bandit's Lair, and I was just farming elites, you know, swapping channels, farming elites with loot scroll on, and this thing is incredibly fast at taking out elites just because everything is protected. You're not getting knocked down. That's the same thing with Dark Rift bosses. You know, you're not getting knocked down because, you know, just about everything you have is protected, and it's huge damage that comes out with it. And there are some combos too, because there's some moves that you want to use for your pre-awakening. You know, kind of like shift left click or shift right click as well. Those are some good buttons to use. But mainly you're just going to be sitting in awakening the whole time. and it's child's play going through the PvE. Through the PvP, they fit in sort of in the kind of the witch wizard area because of the wide scale AoEs, and then most of these AoEs have CC attached to them. They're bound, knockdown, stun. Like these are huge AoEs, knockdown. These are big AoEs, big CC. So kind of like Witch Wizard is the way they're going to be used in PvP as well. Kind of like that, the big mage balls, big bombing attacks. They're okay in PvE or PvP 1v1. The lack of mobility, you're going to get danced around. But if you do catch somebody with a grab, it's lights out. And I mean 330, 340 DP, it doesn't matter. Even me here sitting at 200 AP, you know, if I catch somebody, you know, with a grab, it's lights out. So that's all I got. It's a really good class, I would say, in totality. If you're looking for a main, something to play that's going to be good in all facets of the game, you know, it's not the best in 1v1. It's not the best at clearing some of the lower PvE areas like this. Now, I'm leaving. You can stay, bro. It's a good main. It's a good class to have as a main, right? So you don't need to worry about this class can't farm. You don't have to worry about, well, can it hold its own? Can it hold a spot? You don't have to worry about can it farm a high-end spot? You won't have to worry about, well, am I going to be able to get into a good guild and do no wars and be useful? Absolutely. Huge AoEs. And, you know, it's this kind of the same function. Like I said, it's Witch Wizard in terms of the damage, the AoE, CC, and whatnot. But like the suction, there's suction on this one, this ability, Shift Q again. So, you know, it's kind of like that Mystic suction. If you really wanted to do that, you know, if that's what your role was, and you're welcome to do it too. This is a very durable class, very survivable. It actually has about 200-300 base HP more than Mystic and Striker, so it's a pretty good class overall. Any comments that you have, anything you think I left out or didn't include, please feel free to drop that in the comments. If you have any suggestions for me, things that you want to see, things you want to hear, I am listening. I do plan to do some PvP. I've been collecting some data on that. I know I saw that in the comments recently as well. So there will be, I'm putting those together as soon as I get enough footage so I can put like a montage together of all different classes I play. I will be putting that out as well, just kind of and give my overview on that. So until next time, guys, I appreciate it. Peace.